What's happening, kinfolk? Welcome back to the channel, Knuckles TV. Knuckles coming at you. Today is going to be this vlog is going to be a little different. It's going to be a Jeep vlog again. And but the thing is, man, we're taking the Jeep somewhere and going to get a little surprise on it. So let's hop in the Jeep. When we get there, I'll show you where we're at. Let's go. All right, kinfolk. So we are in the Jeep headed to the place we're going to get some stuff done. So what we're trying to do is today is the 14th. So we are trying to get ready for Go Topless weekend, which Go Topless weekend is this weekend. And if y'all know anything about Go Topless weekend, then you probably already know what we're trying to do. So if you don't, Go Topless weekend is a weekend here in Galveston on Crystal Beach that a ton of Jeeps end up meeting up and hanging out. It's a blast, man. So y'all will see that video hopefully next week. I'll be able to post it for next week. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get ready for that. So as soon as we get to the place, I'll get what y'all get. That's right, kinfolk. Here at 4 Wheel Parts, man, we're gonna do some stuff to the Jeep, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm not gonna tell y'all exactly all that we're doing. I'll let them explain it after it gets done. But I will let y'all know that we are getting. The wife wants some 20-inch wheels with some 35s. We're gonna get a 3.5-inch lift. So that'll be done. I'm dropping it off today. It should be done tomorrow, a couple days. We might not be able to pick it up till Wednesday just because of my scheduling. But it's going to be amazing, man. It's going to be pretty damn cool. That's what Sky looks like before. It's going to look totally different once we come back and pick it up. Those wheels right there, kinfolk, those wheels are 17 by 9s. So we're going to a 20-inch wheel by 12.5. So it's going to be a big difference. So with the great editing skills that I have, I'm just going to jump straight to it and show y'all what it looks like. Let's go. All right, kinfolk, we're back here on the back of the shop, man, where the Jeep is finished. I got my buddy here, Brad.
Hi, I'm Brad, everybody.
And this is the gentleman that helped me out here at 4 Wheel Parts, man. Let me tell you, first I'm gonna start this off by saying I'm not sponsored by by 4 Wheel Parts. I didn't get any kind of discounts on these parts. This is just my honest opinion, man, of my experience here at 4 Wheel Parts here at 1960 in Kirkendall. And my experience with Mr. Brad, man, he's been awesome. And so this is just, like I said, my honest opinion and experience that I've had here at this 4 Wheel Parts, man. And Brad's been amazing. I had so many questions for him, and he was very patient and just explained everything. I had, because I don't know much about suspension and all that good stuff, man, but he did an excellent job of explaining everything that I was gonna need, and some extra stuff to actually help it drive better and help out the whole experience with the Jeep. Since this is my wife's Jeep, I want it to be still a nice ride, but look killer like it does. So let's get with Brad, man. I'm gonna let him explain everything that we did, and then since he knows it and I don't, and then we'll go over the whole Jeep and give you a look. So let's send it to Brad.
Hi, everybody. My name is Brad. I work at 4 Wheel Parts 1960 in Kirkendall. What we did with Dwayne's truck, well, actually his wife's Jeep today, what we did is we put a Rubicon Express 3.5-inch sport kit on it, which that entails the geometry correction brackets and a high steer kit and new coil springs, new Rubicon Express monotube shocks. Also, what we did to help out their steering is we did a Rubicon Express monotube dual steering stabilizer to help control these big 20 by 12s that he put on here, which look killer, by the way, again, like he said. Another thing that we did on the back to fit his big 20 by 12 again is that big heavy duty pivot tire carrier made by Smittybilt. It actually replaces the hinges in the back to help reinforce the tailgate so you don't get the cracking of the pinch welds and everything. So basically what the main thing that the Rubicon Express kit, what makes it the sport kit ride so well is the geometry correction brackets. If you come over here, I can kind of show you the geometry correction brackets, what they do is it's these brackets right here, and they drop your factory control arms back to the factory geometry, so you get your good caster angle, so everything drives where it gets the most stability. The next thing that kit comes with that makes it very, very nice is the high steer kit, which takes this tie rod that usually goes on the bottom and flips it on the top, and the track bar relocation bracket. He also did get the heavy duty forged track bar also by Rubicon Express, which some people don't opt to do, but with that right there, that makes it to where it'll be a lot more stable. So what that high steer kit does is, so when the suspension travels up and down, your drag link, which is this right here, and your track bar are almost straight parallel right now. So when the suspension goes up and down, you don't get that tire jerk in the steering wheel, which helps it drives really well. Another thing you can see down here that we did was the Rubicon Express dual steering stabilizer. That right there helps to basically help the steering from these big 20x12s to not help it to where it'll jerk all around and everything like that. Next, we can go to the back and we can show you that heavy duty pivot tire carrier real quick. Now what I meant by this heavy duty pivot tire carrier is these big 20x12s that he has, which these are Rockstar 3s, but we'll go over that in a minute. It replaces your factory hinges right here. So what it does is it replaces these hinges with bigger, bulkier ones that go all the way to the center of the vehicle, and so your inside of your wheel well, your tire gate won't crack the pinch wells. It starts getting a bunch of rattling and stuff. Of course, nobody wants that. The cool thing about this is later on, you can take these two plugs out here, and what those will do is there's an optional area where you can buy a bracket to fit a high lift jack if you want. Nice. Wayne's not exactly sure right now, but we can get to that later. Another cool thing about this tire carrier is it moves your factory third brake light back up to the top.
Nice.
So if anybody knows and anyone's got a state inspection in the state of Texas, since September 2016, if your vehicle comes factory with a third brake light, you have to have one to pass your state inspection.
Really? See, I didn't know that either.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's what that does there. So now, in the back of the suspension, as you will see, we got the monotube Rubicon Express shocks. We got the drop brake line brackets, so whenever he goes flexing off road, especially this weekend at Go Topless weekend, it won't pull the brake lines apart. You also have a track bar bracket to raise up the track bar so your axle is centered in the back of your vehicle. You also have bump stop extensions, so whenever you do flex, it'll hit the little yellow bump stops up there and not make it to where it'll over compress and where you can start seriously breaking things or having tire rub issues. Another cool thing this kit does for the back is right here. These are called pinion angle correction cams. So what happens is whenever you lift the vehicle like this, your pinion angle, which is where your drive shaft goes in the back of the rear axle, if it's pointed too far down or too far up, you will have a vibration on takeoff. And those right there is to help us fine tune it to where you have no vibration.
Awesome.
Now if you guys take a look at, now we can go back to the wheels.
The meat of the whole thing.
Yeah, the meat of the whole thing. Now these wheels right here, as you can probably see, they are 20x12 Rockstar 3s. They're all black, but they do have an option where you can take this star and you can buy different colors. You can take these rings here with these bolts and get different colors, or you can take these off and get them painted to paint match the color of your vehicle. They only offer a few colors. What a lot of people are doing now is they are taking these off, and then what they're doing is that they're taking it to a paint shop to get it paint matched, which you can do, but they got a bunch of different options. Another thing we did was some big old 35, 12, 50, 20 Toyo open country RTs. That horn is loud.
Yeah, it is.
And what's good about these RT tires by Toyo is it's a hybrid tire. It's a hybrid. What meaning by that is that it's an all-terrain and a mud terrain together, basically, where you're going to get a lot more capability off-road with this hybrid tire than you would an all-terrain tire, but you're going to get a lot smoother of a ride than you would with a full mud terrain tire. Now, The one thing you do have to remember, of course, they do make, I explained to Dwayne, they will have a little road noise, not as bad as a mud terrain though, because the mud terrains, they make a pretty loud noise, but it ain't gonna be as quiet as an all-terrain. But that's the big meat of the tire, and that's what's going to make this thing go down the road and why it looks so good right now. And I think that's really all we did. The Jeep came out really well. I really like it. Has a good stance to it. As you can see, the 20x12 gives it a little bit wider of a stance.
Yeah, it looks amazing, man.
So
amazing.
Now next thing is just fenders and bumpers.
Yeah, fenders and bumpers is the next thing. The wife was just talking about that too, and which I'm 100% going to end up coming back to 4 Wheel Parts, man, to get that stuff, man. Like I said, as you can tell, Brad knows his stuff, man. All the guys here at this store at 4 Wheel Parts know what they're talking about, Ken folks. So if y'all have any questions, man, if you ever just want to stop by, come see Brad. Come see any of the other guys here. They'll help you out. They know what they're talking about, and they don't try to rush you out, man. Like, I've been to places to where I'm asking questions and I just feel like I'm rushed. Like they're just trying to hurry up and get me out because I haven't spent no money yet. It's not like that here, man. Like I said, Brad spent a good 45 to maybe almost an hour long just explaining to me my different options, different ways to go, you know, different things that I could do to get what we were looking for. And again, y'all know that this is Melo's Jeep, man, so I wanted something that's gonna be reliable, still good to drive, and not just beat her to death when she's running down the road. And Mr. Brad helped me make that decision on the route to go, man. So it's been an awesome experience, Ken folks. So like I said, if y'all wanna come out, 1960 Kirkendall. Brad, y'all have a number?
Our telephone number is 281-580-9300, and be more than happy to answer anybody's questions that they have.
Awesome, awesome. So that's it, kinfolk, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it out here, but I'm gonna go ahead and do, you know how Melo likes to do. She's gonna do her little cinematic video of the Jeep, the walk around, man, get some good shots of it. We can't wait. And that's another thing, let me tell y'all, man, that's another thing is, I came Friday, right? It was almost a week ago. And I think to start looking. Go Topless is this weekend, and we were wanting to do something to where we could get it done by this weekend because Melo wanted something to where she could take it out there and show it off, man. And they were able to do that. They were able to do that. I brought it in Monday, man. They got everything. They got the wheels, the tire, all the parts. Had it out by Tuesday, and so it was, you know, they did what they had to do to help us out and give us exactly what we wanted. And that's customer service, man. That's what I love. And again, I love it that everybody knows what they're talking about. So so that's it, kinfolk, man. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate Mr. Brad for all his help.
No problem, Dwayne, anytime.
And so, man, let's go ahead and jump to that cinematic video, man, and get you a good look of the Jeep. And then y'all be looking for the Go Topless Weekend video, which will be coming out next week. So until then, kinfolk, much love, much respect. Knuckles out.